So of course I'm back again. This time I'm playing a different game because, well, like, I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love to play the other game, I broke my controller, so, and I have no way of playing it on PC because I don't know how to play it on PC. I only know how to play it on controller because it was a game that started on controller, and so I only know how to play it on controller. So switching to PC, I only played PC because, you know, performance, but I just plugged in my controller. I don't know how to play it on PC, so it's whatever. So quick thing we want to talk about today is really shoot, I wasted my thing, is changing your life, because a lot of people seem to, I don't even say a lot of people, only a certain amount of people struggle with trying to change their life, but I guess everyone wants to change their life in some way, shape, or form, right? So the thing about changing your life is not really a hard thing, right? It's actually remarkably simple, but like, if you make it out to be difficult, I guess it's going to be difficult. It's only difficult in the sense of that you got to be serious about it. Like, you can't half-ass it. There's no such thing as half-assing and getting results. Like, that only works when you're a child, but like, even then, it doesn't even work at all because there's someone pulling strings and you're not really doing anything. You're just being carried, ushered by, right? So half-assing never works. So I need ammo, and I do not have ammo. This is nuts.
Find that missing agent, but be careful. There's no way this isn't a setup.
Right. So how do you change your life then? All right, let's make it very simple. Say you want to, I don't know, become more outgoing, right? I coined this a 3-step process: the X, the Y, to the Z, right? The Z is going to be, you want to become more outgoing, right? So now we need our Y, and now we need our X, right? X is going to lead to the Y, and the Y is going to lead to the Z, right? That's how this is going to work, right? That's how this is going to work. So you want to be more outgoing, that's your Z, right? How are you going to be more outgoing? Well, I'm going to, what does an outgoing person do, right? Let's think about it like that. What does an outgoing person do, right? Outgoing person, they talk to people, they make their first interaction, they introduce themselves, right? They're eager to meet new people, such and such and such, right? We're going to go with those 3. Make the first step, introduce themselves, and are eager to meet new people, right? Simple. That's our Y. Now all we need is a final piece of our puzzle, which is our X, right? What's our X? X is, what am I going to do to be like an outgoing person? Right? That's all it comes down to. What are you going to do to be an outgoing person? Right in, man. I'm gonna fucking laser the fuck out of him. Pick up some ammo. There's a dude on top of me, but like, I'm not even gonna bother to try to get it to I get to him. Ooh, this guy's fucking nutty. He's dead. Anyways, yeah, what are you gonna do to be a outgoing person? Well, I'm going to start talking to more people. I'm going to introduce myself to people. I'm gonna make the first step. If I see someone who looks, cool or nice, I might give them a compliment. And so what essentially that you end up doing is that you start embodying the traits of what an outgoing person does, and by doing so, your X becomes your Y, which becomes your Z. Does that make sense?
Warning, now leaving the safe area.
By doing the things that an outgoing person does, you become an outgoing person.
We got company.
Oh man, I was about to cook him. Hit him hard. This person will die. Because I said person, like they're actually people. Oh, I picked the wrong thing. Oh my gosh, that would have been a nasty snipe. I thought I one-tapped him, I'm not gonna lie. Who's pushing me? Got that mini-map for a reason. I'm not gonna lie, if Division agents were like this cracked in real life, oh my gosh, that shit would be crazy. But anyways, Oh shoot, moved at the wrong time. Set a whole bunch of shots downrange. So right, does that make any sense to you? Did that make any sense when I told you that doing the things that outgoing person do makes you outgoing? Right? Hope that makes a lot of sense, because it's really that simple. And like, you're gonna try to rip on me and be like, yo, it's not that simple. Like, how am I suddenly just gonna start doing the things that outgoing person does? Like, I have this, that, I have this anxiety, like I'm diagnosed with this, that, and third. Respectfully, friend, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna have to tell you that. But like, bro, that's literally a skill issue. You're looking for reasons to fail, because if you, I don't know, if you read history in any shape, way, or form, you would see that a lot of people have gone through adversity, maybe even worse adversity than you in the glorious year of our Lord 2025, and they did not give up at all. So like, on one hand, you got to consider, like, are you better than these people or are you not? Because on one hand, you're probably going to be like, oh, those people were dumb because, well, they didn't know about mental illnesses and things, or they called it other things when it was really this. And then on the other hand, you're going to say like, well, regardless of what they went through, I can't do it because of this. So like, are you weaker than them or are you stronger than them? You got to pick a side. You can't be simultaneously both, because it is true that certain things they didn't understand fully, but like, they had their own set of problems, right? They live in the town. They live in the time where, like, if you wanted someone stuff, you just went to their village and took it. Like, we can't do that now. I mean, we can, but like, it's not really the same. I'll have to analyze that. Oops. But you got to figure out what belief you subscribe to. I subscribe to the belief that if they could do it, I could do it, right? And I think that's the most logically coherent belief to any to have. I don't really care about this thing. And you decided you were gonna, but I'm not gonna lie, the world of this game is actually really well put together. I wish they would have fleshed it out more, because it's actually a very cool scenario that they came up with this. And the drip is immaculate. Like, look at that too. Look at the fucking watch. Plus the little shit on the back. Like, that shit is tough. Like, imagine seeing that. You already know, like, oh, it's time for business. Them niggas is gonna fuck you up. Anyways.
If I can upload the surveillance footage and they didn't wipe it.
Anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is that you should subscribe to the belief that I can do it. They did it. I can do it. Right? That's the best belief you can ever have, no matter what. Because can you prove it wrong? It can never be proven wrong. Since the dawn of time, it's always been they can do it. I can do it. And with enough time, with enough diligence, and enough confidence, and enough consistency, of course you can do it.
Download complete.
There have been people who have been absolutely fucking losers and have turned their life around. What is stopping you?
But they're not responding to my hails. I don't like it.
See, because if you say that, oh, excuse, what you're saying is actually a very simple thing. You're essentially saying that you're afraid of reaching your own potential. That's what you're saying. You're afraid of reaching your own potential, because if you end up reaching your full potential, what it would then prove is that you were lying to yourself this entire time. And you don't want to call yourself a liar, for good reason. No one wants to call himself a liar. Nobody wants to be a liar. But by you refusing to take the necessary steps to change your life, or just completely saying that it's impossible, you're trying to self-preserve your own ego. And that whole self-preservation of your ego is what's leading to your stagnation of growth as a person. This is what they mean by, keep your ego in check, right? You hear all the time about the people who have, these inflated senses of ego or whatever. And it's not so much about the inflation of the ego that they're really talking about. It's just the fact of the lengths that a person will go to protect their ego. That's the key here. That's the lengths the person will go to protect their ego. Because look at the lengths you're going. Scarecrow. Good call sign, I'm not gonna lie. That's a tough call sign. Scarecrow. Me personally, I don't even know what my call sign would be. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really just gonna go with 6. That shit is calm. Scarecrow's OP. Imagine you're in full. Oh yeah. Who's on the mission? Scarecrow. Ah shit. Let me pull back. Cause I'm getting fried. Anyways. Push me, yes, push me, please. Oh, I missed all those shots, like an idiot. I should have died. So decide already. Decide. Are you gonna take what's necessary to change your life, or you're gonna just keep making excuses to protect yourself? Because either way, you're either gonna grow or you're gonna stagnate. People are gonna pass you, or you're gonna be the one that passes other people. That's it. There's like, people like to argue that life is not black and white, but peel down all the extra layers. Jeez, you're gonna slam me like that? Hell no. You got your freaking weird. Oh my gosh, almost died. That did so much damage. Probably watching this whole thing and be like, yo, this, I never took so much damage, and then all of a sudden I get fucking boomed like that. Anyways, decide already, because strip it back. Life is really black and white. Life is black and white. It's kill or be killed. It's win or lose. You feel me? It's black and white. That's literally it. That's how life has always been. Don't subscribe to the belief that it's gray. There's no gray. It's only that. Black and white. Win or lose.
None of what you found is good.
History is written by the victors.
Turning on each other.
There are people that have existed that we never know, that we will never know existed because they were erased from history because they lost. That's how it goes. This is how it goes. So, I'm not gonna lie, I hope this helps you come to terms with what you need to do in order to change your life. And if it doesn't, well, I'll make another video on it sometime, and I hope that helps you. So anyways, bye.